This is the latest Bose Companion 2 Series 3 speaker. A good-looking, well-branded alternative to your laptop speakers or your aging desktop speaker. In this video, I'm going to tell you all you need to know about it and whether it's any good or not. So to start off with this review, let's talk about the design. So I think they have that classic under the radar look. Some might think that's boring, but I think actually it goes really well with most desktop setups. And so starting off with the front, you've got a fabric colored mesh grille. It's not removable, I have tried. And just beneath that, you've got the volume control. There's no treble control here or any bass control or even a bass boost switch actually, which is fine, and it's kind of plug and play really. So just click and turn, and that's gonna sort out your volume. Underneath that, you've got an additional headphone jack, which is quite useful, especially for those using a laptop. Now, turning to the side, it's probably the profile that you can already see, and it's actually quite slanted, which is really nice because when you're placing it on your desktop, what you find is that the drivers are actually angled up towards your ears, and which makes them a great alternative compared to studio monitors. So the second thing to talk about in this review is the connectivity. So how do we actually power these things on and how do they connect? So what Bose has actually done here is that we've got 4 different ports at the back. So you've got a left speaker port, which connects to what I'm holding as the right speaker and controls only the volume options on this one speaker. And on the back, you've got the first port being the left speaker input port, a DC power port, and 2 auxiliary inputs. One is labeled as auxiliary in and the other one's labeled as from computer. Now, it doesn't actually matter which port you use for either object because both devices can be powered at exactly the same time. Now, you might be wondering for some reason, why would you actually have 2 ports? I suppose it gives you the option to use 2 devices from a distance, I suppose. Let's say you have your phone connected to one, your desktop connected to the other, and it gives you the choice to play whatever you might want to at any given moment. But the interesting thing is that actually what Bose have done here is that they've not allowed there to be some kind of switch that automatically turns off the other sound source when you're playing the first one. So for example, you can play both your music from your phone and also be watching a YouTube video, all playing simultaneously from the same speaker. Now, it doesn't really make much sense in the real world, but it's just something I wanted to try out and I thought it'd be useful just to share that with you. So the third thing to talk about is actually the sound quality. So in my experience, when I've been using these in the last kind of week and a half or so, I've used them for a number of different activities. So I've used them for team meetings, on Skype, so mostly with audio during the day, but then in the evening, I'll put on my game. I'll probably be playing some GTA or watching a movie or some kind or checking out something on Netflix. And from that perspective, I think they work really, really well. Now, you've got good level of highs, you've got some good mids, but the lows is really where it falls apart somewhat. Now, it's kind of unsurprising really. I mean, how much can you really expect from a pair of speakers which don't have a dedicated subwoofer? If you're looking for anything with heavy bass or you're looking to really get some gun firing in there and helicopter sounds, that really deep lower end sound, you might just be slightly underwhelmed with that. The fourth point is, well, what about the price? So as I've already mentioned, these are around $99 or £89 in the UK, and for the price, I think there are very few desktop alternatives that actually do this well. You have some Edifier options, you have some speakers from Logitech, but I think Bose kind of stand on their own here because you're talking about a well-recognized brand below the $100 price point, and it's quite hard to find other alternatives in that range. If you were to look at the Harman Kardons, for example, they typically come with the 2.1 setup, and the jellyfish design is somewhat aged now, and they've now got a Bluetooth alternative version which is becoming a bit more expensive. So actually Bose have really pitched themselves at a nice price point here, especially for the sound that you're getting and the small package in which it delivers it. I mean, that's something not to be overlooked here. So in conclusion, what do I think? I think these look great. I think the sound is pretty good. The bass could be better. For the price, I think they're fantastic. Having the ability to connect more than one device at the same time is great. It stops you from constantly changing headphone jacks. The added headphone port at the front is a great option that Bose have included here. The mesh grille design looks great, and having them at a slope I think works quite nicely. And overall, I'm pretty impressed with these. I've got 90 days to give these back. Well, it's now about 80 days, and to be honest, I'm not going to be sending these back to Bose. I think I'm really happy with them. I think they deliver on the price, they deliver on the sound, and overall, I'm really pleased with this purchase. If you're looking to replace your old desktop speakers, if you're looking for better sound for your laptop speakers, these are the right speakers for you. So definitely go out, look for these. I'll leave a link down below where you can pick these up on Amazon. I'll also leave a link to the Bose website as well. And yeah, check them out. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you click like, give it the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.